Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day of Road to 2000 Elo, and today's gonna be fun because I don't know why, because we're gonna shorten the length a little bit. At least I am going to try, because people are not watching a lot. You know what I mean? So people are not watching for a long time. Like the average watch time is like 5 minutes, which is not even like one game. So, and we're gonna go to new game here because it should have said play 10 minute, but I don't know why it's not saying that. Anyways, let's click 10 minute and let's start the game. Um, G3, interesting. Let's take the center with 2 pawns. D3, interesting. I don't know what to play here. Knight F6, Knight C6, normal. This is just so normal. Hey, B4, interesting. Bishop D6, Bishop B6, castles, and this should be an easy game, by the way. This should be an easy game. Sorry about the little edit there. I had to go somewhere. Anyways, our opponent plays C4. Interesting. C4. Let's see. I can take the pawn, I can push the pawn, or I can just ignore the pawn. I'm gonna play, I would like to defend the pawn with like C6, but I can't. So I'm gonna play Bishop B6, hopefully we're gonna get a trade. Usually, people at 600 are gonna trade everything, which is probably what they're gonna do now. C5, interesting. I never expected to move whatsoever. Guys, I also have an Instagram account now called Daybreak Chess. So if you're an Instagram person, you can go and check Daybreak Chess on Instagram too. Basically, I'm gonna be uploading the same shorts as YouTube, what I upload in YouTube Shorts. So you can either watch it from YouTube Shorts or from Instagram. Instagram's just getting a lot more views though, but it's normal because I'm uploading shorts, and shorts tend to get a lot more views than than YouTube, you know. All right. Anyways, I got a little bit distracted there. I just had a normal position. He played F4. I didn't want to take and develop his bishop, so I just pushed the pawn. He took. Now I centralized my rook, and now I can just castle, but the pawn is hanging, so I gotta do something about it. I can push the pawn, which is an interesting idea. Like, that's a completely absurd idea. I can play knight d5 also. D5 doesn't actually look that bad, you know? Knight d5 doesn't look that bad. No. Okay, now we're turning knight c4, just a straight up fork. That's just a fork, by the way. These opponents are playing pretty good, you know? These opponents are. They are playing pretty good. We're about 4 minutes in, by the way. Just in case. This is where people start to leave. Like, some people have important work, I understand, but some people just don't like chess, and they don't just like to wait around. King d2 just blunders to knight b3. I can even take the bishop. That's not even like a bad move. But I'm just gonna take the rook. He can take this pawn. I don't really care. Or he can take it with the bishop, which just looks completely absurd. Now I'm gonna come back to b3. There we go, just like I said. Attacking the bishop. He moves it, obviously, logical. Here. I'm threatening to play bishop b4, which just looks... Oh, that just hangs a knight. Now, now knight g5, we're gonna take the knight. We can play rook e8. Rook knight d4. Knight d4. Threatening knight e6, knight e2. He just takes... I could have played rook d4, but the bishop was the only problem, and now I got rid of the bishop, so this should be an easy game. Now I can play... This is just over. I probably had a checkmate there, I'm not sure. We probably don't have to analyze that game here really deep, so yeah. We're just gonna go to the next game. Okay, he resigns. Alright, let's just do the analyzing really quick. Let's just turn on the evaluation bar. I don't need the lines of the engine. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, G3, this was all normal. I had a little bit of advantage because I had 2 pawns in the center. When you have 2 pawns in the center, when you can put 2 pawns in the center, you need to, like, it's not, like, it's optional, but it's, like, always good. Like, knight f6 also good, but, like, z5 and, like, d4, and you can just play e4. You can even take the pawn and then play knight c6, or even c5. So you just have, like, a great position. I could have played c5 there, but I just played knight f6, knight c6. My opponent went for this weird setup, but it just doesn't work. I played bishop e6, which was apparently a mistake. I don't care about the computer. We're at 600. So the opponent played c5, bishop e7. I advanced the pawn, marching the pawn into the center of the board. We traded, and this was just an easy game. Yeah, he had to go king d1, but that just loses to, like, various things, like, I don't know. King d1, knight b3. Yeah, knight b3 still, of course. Knight b3, discover check, and also attacking the rook, and also attacking the bishop, kind of. Anyways, and this was just an easy conversion. I took the free knight, simplified down. I traded the bishop for the knight, even though the bishop's usually better. Doesn't matter. Knight d4, and there was a mate. Yeah, I just won bishop c6, and there was a mate again. I think it's bishop g4, king f2, rook e2. Yeah, that's the mate. I didn't see that right there in the game, so... But after king f2, I took the rook, and he resigned. Alright, that was a very nice game, and now we're gonna go to the next one. By the way, new game. Start game. We're playing black this game. d5. We're gonna play the Scandinavian defense. This is the best weapon that I have against e4. And also Caro-Kann is really good, where you play c6 instead of d5. This is like a much more forcing move because it strikes in the center immediately. So f3 has to be bad. Like, come on. Now it's just gonna be a normal game, except your king is severely weakened. Like, your king is severely weak. So, and yeah, knight f6, bishop e6, knight c6, bishop d6, bishop c5, bishop g4. Yeah, there's just so many options. Oh, I think this is called the Halloween? Halloween? No, it's the Barnes opening. Darn. There's a thing like this called the Halloween Gambits. I think it's called Halloween. Now we're just gonna trade the knight. He's probably gonna go c3, which is the most principal move, but you're just down a knight, and oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? Seriously? You just hung the pawn, and now this pawn's gonna fall immediately. Because if you're gonna take, I am going to take and threaten the fort, and now, okay, very good, of course. Isn't it just blunder for free rook, or is there like some sort of tactic? I'm just gonna, I don't know what's going on. This game's gonna end very quickly, like very, very quickly. And also, I'm not updating the scores in the right-hand corner over here because it was just too boring, and I really didn't want to do it. So yeah, I am not doing it anymore. If somebody liked it, I am really sorry that I'm not doing it anymore, but it is what it is. Like, I really don't have the time. Like it's like it's already late in the night. Like whenever I recorded this videos, and today's the only time that's 7:30. Usually it's gonna be much later. It's like 11 p.m. when I record, and I need to wake up at like 5:30. So yeah, I can't. It's just taking too long. Okay, now this is just an easy game. I'm gonna trade the knight for the bishop, and now rook d8, and this should be a simple game. Infiltrate on the second ring, rook in second ring, always good. King f1 is what? Yep. Castles, rook. Oh, okay, cool. I thought I had like some sort of rook h2, rook h1, but I didn't. You know, the pawn's hanging. And also, if you hear the mouse click, I'm really sorry about that. Oh, 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 ah. No, no, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, now that pawn is hanging. Oh my gosh, I just blundered checkmate. Yo, are you kidding me right now? Yo. Rook g5, there was rook d8. Yo. Yo! Oh my gosh. Okay, calm down, calm down. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Oh my god, that was one of the easiest games. Guys, this is not a good example. I'm not going to edit this because this is how you know even good players can blunder. I'm not really a good player, by the way. I'm not really that good. I'm kind of good actually, but even the best players in the world can blunder. Even the best players in the world make illegal moves. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, seriously. It's okay. Gosh, I am really, I really gotta focus. Why did I lose that game? Like I literally made a YouTube short on how to not lose against back rank checkmate, and now I just lost against the same pattern. How is it? Okay, dude. Okay, that is just a terrible move. First of all, you just moved the bishop. Let me explain. Let my opponent move. Otherwise, all my work is gonna like be lost. Okay, so you just move the bishop right here. Okay, you just move the bishop right here. I played e3. I'm playing like bishop d3, bishop g6, and then like I don't know not knight d2 because the bishop would be hanging and the bishop would take it. Like queen c2, knight d2, short castle, h4, g4, b4, a4. Either this side or that side. You gotta pick one. And I don't know why you would trade the bishop for the knight, because that is just what the knight didn't even move. First of all, second of all, my good rule of thumb is don't trade a bishop for a knight unless it's needed. In this case, it doesn't do anything. It just brings my rook closer to the center. You are not supposed to do this. My whole point is you're not supposed to do this. Guys, don't do this, okay? Like I know, I just played terribly and I just blunder back range checkmate, but like don't do this, seriously. Okay, now we just play h3 and get the bishop like right here. People always forget about this bishop. Like I had games go like where my queen is like right here and the knight like right there or there. This knight is not guarding a5, and I would checkmate them thinking like people thought that this isn't a checkmate. The king would be like right here after long castling, and thinking that this wouldn't be a checkmate, but I would play queen takes c7, which would be a checkmate because of this bishop. So this bishop's kind of useful because some people forget about it. Like against the computer, it's just not gonna work, but against humans, it will. Oh, for sure, it will. Okay. Okay. Queen a4. Queen a4. And now we're just ready to take the bishop for the knight and then create double pawns. I don't even have to take. I can just leave the bishop right here because you're not actually threatening the bishop. Like, that's pretty spectacular, but we're just gonna trade. He can take with the pawn or the queen. I mean, I wouldn't hate both things either. Like, you can play both. Like, it doesn't really matter because you're gonna get double pawns anyway. So you might as well keep the queen on the board. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, now how do I break through? So now knight d2, knight b3, knight c5. I think we gotta reroute this knight to a better square. He strikes in the center immediately. We don't have to worry about it though. Just e4, f3. Oh yeah, f3 is just completely game over because I open up my rook, and it's you're done. Like, you're not gonna say it. Okay, bishop f8 is actually a good move, I think. No, it's not. It's not a good move. Oh gosh, he forgot the bishop would be defending the center, and he thought I would play knight c5. Takes, and I'm so smart that I just got rid of the knight. That's my own. That was my opponent's only attacking piece, but you forgot about the center. Gotta keep the eye on the center too. Center is one of the most important things in the world. Grandmasters always say, you know what they always say? Get to the center. Create counterplay on the center. Center is one of the most important things in the world, like in chess. King f7. Okay, dude. I don't know what King f7 is. I really don't want to do this. Okay. Queen f5. Very good. Really wish if I could play Queen f4, but hey, my opponent just resigns. Like, you are not supposed to resign when you're a 600, dude. Don't resign when you're a 600. Okay, cool. D4. Okay. This was a normal London system except for my opponent. Look. Oh, oops, my bad. It's 0.21, and after he took the knight, 1.2. Literally, the same reason that I just gave you all, the big speech that I just gave you all, the computer thinks the same thing. It's +1. +1. And what? And black is not even up any material. No. It was black was up 3 points, but now he's not even up any material. The same thing. You should not trade the bishop for the knight, especially the knight in the corner. And this was just a normal fast game. Like I said, I could have just kept the bishop there, keeping the tension, but I just wish to trade knight d2, e5, and yeah, he played bishop f8, completely forgetting about the center. He took, and the rook was saying you should have probably moved it to like h7 or g8, but you played king f7. Not king e7, but king f7. And he just resigned. Okay, that was a nice game, and we're probably gonna play one more, and then we're gonna be done. We're going to be done. Okay, let me think. I'm gonna go for the England Gambit. Okay, I don't care if I lose. I'm gonna go for the England Gambit today. Knight c6. People play f4, which is just bad, I think. I don't know how to exploit f4 though. F4, queen d5 stuff, like, that's a bad, but I don't know how to punish it. Sorry, if you ask me about that, I don't really know about it. And now my opponent, the whole point of the England Gambit is just that for white is that you're up a pawn, but now white is not even up a pawn anymore. Well, I guess you could say that the queen is kind of open and the bishop's kind of open, but like still, the whole point is just white is up a pawn, but now you're not. Okay. Gosh. Bishop d5, which is I thought I was about to say he was probably gonna play bishop g5 because people like me attack queen, like they just go autopilot. And so there's tactic here. White just lost the game, by the way. Knight takes f3. The knight used to guard the bishop, but the bishop's not guarded anymore, and this is a check, so you can actually take the queen. Very nice tactic there, and now we're gonna take the bishop. Yeah, white just lost the game. Yes. White was just careless. Like, don't attack queens. Develop your pieces. Like, to like here, like queen d2. No, not right here. Queen d5 offers it here. Let me go back real quick. So, first of all, knight c3. You could have played bishop f4 or like something like that, but and then there will be queen b4, and you have to know like 30 moves of theory, which I don't even know, by the way. And you just gotta develop like bishop d2, e3, b6, b3, yeah, b3, bishop b2, e3, bishop d3, bishop c4. Not right now because the knight would just take, but like still like later on, like, but queen d5. Okay, I'll just take the straight of queens. Okay, I really don't mind. He thinks he would get a fork, and no, he doesn't. It just doesn't work. The best. Okay, my bad. Rook g1 is the best sort of counterplay that you can create, but that is not going to work either. Like, simply, it's just not going to work. It's not. And the bishop. So if you play rook g1, I can even c6. Okay. c6 now attacks the knight, which used to protect the pawn, and when the knight moves, the bishop would take the pawn, which is just a free pawn. I'm guessing the knight would go to c3 or e3. He goes to c3. We're gonna take the pawn. It's a free pawn, and I will take a pawn. I don't think it's the best move, by the way, because you gotta develop these pieces. They might get stuck very soon. Knight f6, castles. d5, bishop e6. You gotta develop this bishop, all of these pieces. Now I can just play d5. Yeah, we're gonna get a straight up bishops, or he can go bishop g2, which just looks completely absurd to me. I think this is probably gonna be our last game. Probably. Rook g1. Interesting. That's just a free bishop, by the way, right there. That's just a hanging bishop. So I'm gonna take a free bishop. I don't care about this pawn that much, because I can just play rook g8, and the rook looks like the rook is gonna get in. No, it doesn't. You play rook g8. This one is defended. This one is defended, and the only choice is just to trade the rooks. And if you trade the rooks, which is exactly what happens, and he's probably gonna go rook g1. I'm not sure though. Rook g1 looks unnatural. Look. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Hello? Scorpio. I don't know whether I'm saying it right. Scorpio 31. Excuse me, what are you doing? Excuse me, sir. I really don't know. You just blundered in bishop? Sir, you just... Let me scroll down real quick. So I gave up a pawn. I won the pawn back. You blundered a bishop. You offered to trade the queens. You blundered a pawn. And now this was all normal. You just blundered a bishop for no reason by playing rook g1. Okay, we traded rooks, and you should have probably put rook g1, which looks like natural, but you played knight d5. That might be the top computer move, by the way. I'm not sure though. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about the little thing there. It might have got cropped a little there. I'm not sure whether it got cropped or not, but it shouldn't have got cropped, but I'm sorry about the mistake by me. Shouldn't have done that. Next time I'll make sure to not do it. Alright, we're about 25 minutes in, and we're probably gonna finish this game before 28 minutes. checkmate. Now the rook is in the game, and the rook protects the knight. And I'm probably gonna play f6, which also adds another layer of protection to the knight, which is probably now gonna move to f6, and because of rook g8 and incoming threat on g1. Yeah, he has no choice, dude. Dude is just completely lost. Not gonna lie. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. And after knight f2, I'm turning rook d8, rook d1 checkmate. I don't know how you're gonna stop it. Well, I guess you could play b3, but I would play bishop e5, c3, rook d1, bishop f5. Okay, that's just, we're gonna offer a draw. Deliver a checkmate. Okay, I was kind of mean to that guy real quick. I offered a draw and then won the game. That was kind of mean. Anyways, we're gonna analyze that game. Yeah, you're not supposed to give up the pawn back in the England Gambit as white, because the only advantage that you have is the pawn, especially because it's a center pawn. And if you see the advantage right here, should be +1. Oops, my mouse. It should be +1. Yeah, it's +1 because the only advantage that you have is the pawn. And yeah, bishop g5 just loses immediately. Like, seriously, bishop g5, really? Like, you just want me attack queen, I attack queen, I like queen attacks. And first of all, after bishop g5, I could have played knight f6 or f6. f6 would have been fine too, but it just kind of gives the advantage back. But like, it doesn't matter about the computer. It's about 600s to play right now. I just took the knight, and he had to take with the, and this was just an easy game. Yeah, I protect the pawn from any forks, and I kicked out the knight, and I won a pawn. I brought the bishop back. You should have probably traded or retreated, but you did neither, and you played rook g1, which proceeded to hang a bishop. And I played rook g8, which forced the trade of rooks. Even if you play rook g1, I would just take and just a long castle. But okay, knight d5 is just, I don't know what knight d5 is. And this was just an easy game. You blundered. You should have played like b3. No, right here, b3, bishop e5. How do you escape? c4? No, c4 doesn't work either. Let me see. I don't know how to escape. Right here. Knight takes c4. No. b3. Oops. Excuse me. Okay, 7, knight f2. Oh, the rook was made in 2. Look at. I completely forgot about this. Okay. That's fine. I played knight takes f2, which was the second computer move. Oops. Knight takes f2. The rook to h8 is ridiculous. That wasn't made, by the way. So it's a forced look at this move. Dude, come on. And I can't back rank checkmate him because the rook is pinned to my this is pretty spectacular. Now rook h8. Now this is how you play. King b1. This is all the top computer moves that are being suggested. And yeah, look at these snipers sniping at the king. That was a cool checkmate. Alright, very nice game right there. I really appreciate that game. And anyways, guys, this video is about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna see you later on another Road to 2000 Elo. Hey, don't forget to check out the Instagram account called Daybreak Chess. It's the same name as the YouTube. And also in the Instagram, I only upload shorts. I sometimes might go live, but I'm not sure. And anyways, alright, I'll see you later, guys. I don't know what to say. Here, let me think of the ending. Alright, let me think. One second, one second. Oh, yeah, yeah. Get out of here. Goodbye. Goodbye.